Kingdom 849 is filled from beginning to end with nothing but good news and fan service, and so I just want to say thank you to Yasuhi Sahara for giving us fans what we want. Not only did it show us some of the final personal preparations of the key characters for the upcoming war, but it also gives us what we have been promised to see for so long for Shin, Kyoukai and Riboku. But as always, Kingdom fans, before we get into it, if you enjoy this channel and its content, remember to smash that like button down below, and while you're down there you should hit that subscribe button with that notification bell so you can stay up to date with the channel and all things Kingdom, because we are coming into what may very well be the greatest arc in the entire series and you won't want to miss a single moment of it. So I wanted to start off talking about the Zhao Riboku side of things, because this is something that has been in the works for a long time, and it's what's most related to the chapter title, which is The Vow. So Riboku, with Kaine by his side as always, and his new 50,000 soldiers setting off from Canton, which by the way may mean we get another general or two from the capital we have yet to see, and you know how Zhao is just the best at spawning generals. Riboku speaks of how he sees potential for his sick-minded king to become a decent ruler, and of course Riboku, being a man of the people, wanting nothing but to do what's best for them, he feels it is his duty to see the king's change be done right. Now Kaine, realizing this, makes her upset, knowing Riboku may never return to Ganmon, and tries to ride away to hide her tears. However, Riboku chases after her and asks her to come with him somewhere. And this isn't just anywhere, this is a very special somewhere. To anyone, even Kaine, it looks like an old shack in the woods, but apparently it's a centuries old wedding hall abandoned long ago. And once Kaine realizes this, she starts sweating badly I might say, and she starts shaking, but who can blame her? It is adorable. She knows what's about to happen. She has long known that Riboku intends to take her as his bride since the Battle of Hango almost 2 years ago, but he admits he got caught up in the post-war matters and delays the proposal. But now he makes it official. Riboku full-on proposes to Kaine in what is very, very romantic. He puts the war aside, he puts the politics aside, he puts everything aside and puts himself and his happiness first. And as we could all predict, Kaine not only accepts, but immediately starts weeping with joy and says yes. So first off, we have to say congrats to the both of them. It's been a long time in the making. However, I have to say this, and this only takes me back to my conclusion from chapter 846. We cannot be getting all this good news and lovey-dovey stuff and family building and all the other things, and then have a massive war and expect everyone to come back safe and sound like they always have before. Someone that is definitely crucial to the sanity of Riboku or Shin is almost guaranteed to die at this point, if not someone crucial to both of them. So it looks like Kaine and Bihei's head will be on the chopping block very soon. Both of who have been in the story from Shin and Riboku's first campaigns and have had similar screen time. We don't know which one, we don't know if it might be either of them or one of them or both. All we know is that someone is definitely going to die, and it's going to be a dramatic moment that will make everyone weep. There is no doubt in my mind of that. And now I want to circle back into the kin side of the chapter. Now we don't see much, but what we do see could bring tears to some people's eyes. Now in the chapter, the forces stationed in Han are forming up their ranks outside Shinte to begin their march north for Zhao, where we see all the commanders, everyone from Rukiyomi to Yoko, Shin, and most importantly Kyoukai, forming up their armies, add up to being 170,000 strong. And why I say most importantly Kyoukai, it is because we finally see her in some armor, and it literally leaves her army speechless and in awe. Everybody we see, aside from her vice commander Sano, is going pure fanboy on her. Kyoukai has finally abandoned the assassin outfit which she's had since her first introduction, and embraced the fact that she is now a military general and needs to look the role. Although she has abandoned the headband, she has not forgotten where she came from and kept her symbol all over her armor. Now, besides the fact that the overall design of the armor is more or less standard for swordsmen, light armor, vambraces, shoulder guards, etc., I can't help but imagine she has a sort of quick way to take off the armor so she can dance around the battlefield like she normally would in a dire situation. And while she does admit the armor is lighter than she thought, you have to imagine it will slow her down in some way, especially if there is a long drawn out battle. If anything, this new armor could turn out to be a massive hindrance for her. But I want to talk about her helmet and her vambraces. There isn't much to be said about the helmet. It seems fairly standard in its design and also has her symbol, but I can't help but be reminded of the past 6th grade General Kyo. It isn't far off from the design of her helmet, and Kyoukai's helmet looks as if it isn't far off from the design of her helmet, and Kyoukai's helmet looks as if it could cover her face also. Now, not as much, because as we all know, Kyo's helmet was designed to hide her identity, but it could be comparable to Shiryu's helmet. How it covers just the center of her face, covers her nose. But we will find out soon enough. I guarantee within the next 2 or 3 chapters we'll see her fully armored with the helmet on, sword drawn to inspire her men. Now, the vambraces I do like, because their design is slightly different from Kyoukai's symbol, but they are exactly like the vambraces that Shin always wears. I think it's Hara's way of saying that they're wearing the same symbol to always remind each other that they're fighting, to always remind them that they're never far off, which again is another romantic gesture by Hara. He even draws attention to the vambraces by putting a little glint or a little shine on them, like he does on Kyoukai's and Shin's, even though Shin's armor is the exact same as it's been for years. Because people keep forgetting that Shin and Kyoukai are engaged. They are engaged to be married for when all of the other 6 kingdoms are conquered, and then they will have a Shin-Kyoukai wedding, and then literally the series will end probably. Like, I can imagine that being the last panel in the last chapter, Shin and Kyoukai's wedding. And while I wouldn't be happy for them, I would actually be very depressed because that means Kingdom is over. So I don't know if they should get married. And now, while some may consider Kyoukai's new armor the peak of the chapter, for me it has to be Shin addressing the entire Kin army outside of Shinte. Not only is this a moment that is a new high for Shin, and he is technically the highest ranking general out of all the top tier commanders there, and is therefore the pseudo commander of this force, if only temporarily, he addresses the whole army as if it is all under his command, and he didn't even think twice about it. He has built up such a voice, such a reputation, that he can unite all forces under him and inspire them with simply a few words. That, without question, is great general level aura. Not to mention, he picked up skills from the goat toe on how to annoy Rukiyomi and help break the tension in the air, which, in its own way, is a valuable skill. And with that, we then see the Kin army marching away, being led by Shin, with Toe and Princess Nei wishing them luck from the walls of Shinte. Also, side note, I think this may be the first time ever we've seen Toe not in armor. It's a weird detail to mention, I know, but still, it's very funny in some ways. And so the only question now is, how many more chapters will it be until the final war for Zhao begins, and when will we get a clearer picture of the layout of the battles to be held, and what will be the numbers for each side be? We know Zhao will have more than Kin, especially now with that extra 50,000 from Cantan, which is definitely outside of Wu Sen's predictions, and we have to ask, was the Han invasion really worth it? Think about it now. Kin attacked Han with a force 160,000 strong, to only come out with a force of 170,000. Now, I know there are other factors, not to mention like land and resources, but still, I think it's an underwhelming number. Hopefully the likes of the Gakuka and the Gyoku receive their reinforcements from the forces of Han and not the Kin forces, because there is a major drag on Kin military age men right now. So Kingdom fans, I hope you enjoyed this video and are looking forward to the upcoming war as much as I am. And if you enjoy this channel and the content I am making, remember to smash that like button down below and hit that subscribe button with the notification bell so you can stay up to date with the manga and see plenty more Kingdom content.